Hi there, it's Sandra with Brew City Thrifts. Today I'm at a Goodwill that is in a suburb that's sort of west of Milwaukee, west and south. It's called West Allis, and I rarely come here, so this will be fun. It'll be like going to a new place. Let's get in there, let's hit it. I'm in an aisle full of clear glass to begin with, and I did a quick pan to show you a little bit of this store since I don't come here very often. So as usual, when I'm in the clear glass area, the first thing that catches my eye is not clear glass. This is a transferware bowl. It is made in USA. It's likely vintage. Nothing too special though. Continuing to scan, I notice another ceramic piece. This one looks hand painted. It's by a designer named Stephen Herr. I'm not familiar with that person. This is kind of exciting because there's just a ton of serving trays here, which means there's very likely something kind of cool. I first noticed this boxed Longaberger cookie mold or cookie stamp, and this is $2.99. They don't sell for a ton of money, maybe about $10 to $12. But if you're into the Longaberger thing, I think you'd probably be excited about that. I don't typically look for Longaberger baskets, but so I left it behind for someone who might be really into that. Up high, I noticed this tray. This is a Coca-Cola tray. It is a retro reproduction from the 1990s. Still kind of cool, except it has a pretty big scratch there, so I put that back on the shelf. Tabletops does a great job mimicking Polish pottery, but they didn't fool me this time. I thought this might be kind of a nice hand-painted tray. It's pretty contemporary design, and looking on the back, Julia Junko or something. I am not familiar with that designer. I left it in my cart to think about it for a minute. Here's another hand-painted tray. Looks contemporary. This is a pretty plate, also hand-painted. Kind of like that flower. Sometimes these contemporary floral plates still do very well, so I'm kind of keeping my eye on that. There's a more vintage plate. This looks like it could be Georges Briard, but it's got a Jensen sticker on it. There's another hand-painted plate, but looks mass-produced. When I say plate, I mean tray. These are mostly trays down here. Here's one that's also hand-painted and incredibly heavy piece of pottery. Chaparral Potters. It's got a very 1980s design. It's a chip and dip with an apple theme. And super heavy. I don't think this country style is super popular right now, but I kind of wanted to think about it for just a minute. Very, very dirty too. That would have needed a really good cleaning. Here we have what looks like a little Noritake plate. That's pretty. And a little chip there. On another shelf, I am seeing a mix of things. What's going to catch my eye? Well, I see these old-fashioned looking dolls. I don't do much with dolls, but I just wanted to take a look at them. They look handmade, but they're on, they're on display stands. They're contemporary. They're from Iowa, from like Swedesburg, Iowa. I don't know Swedesburg, Iowa. Maybe it's got a Swedish background to the area. Anyway, they were not my jam, so I left them behind. Here is a potentially pretty, looks like yellow depression glass bowl with some etching. turning it over, $2.99. It does look like a depression glass bowl. It's a little on the thicker side. Makes me think potentially it isn't actual depression glass, maybe uh, a reproduction from the 1950s or even 70s. But I thought I would think about it for a minute. I also wanted to look at this tray underneath. It turned out to be rather lightweight though, so nothing too special. I put it back. We've got some coffee pots and coffee canisters here. We've got some jars and crocks. And the first thing I look at is I pull down from the top shelf this tidbit tray. It looks like it's got some age, and it does. It is a California pottery tray. It's pretty. It's got a nice yellow tone to it, more of a fall theme with a little bit of orange there too. I'm going to think about it for just a moment. I go back to the shelf and I look at this because it's a Melita. It's a ceramic Melita. It's very dirty. When I was a coffee drinker, I did use a Melita, and I decided I'm going to look that up because having a ceramic one sounds like a good idea to me. I'm in the glassware and I noticed this little gold designed glass. This looks like maybe it could be a lowball glass. It's quite small for barware, but it has this gold design, and I know that can be a sign of mid-century glasses. I see over here a matching glass. So they're standing out. I'm always looking for something that is distinctive among the clear glass. And I'm not sure. It could be very contemporary. It could be something vintage. I decide I'm going to put them in my cart. And I end up being very happy that I did. So I notice this Wexford tumbler, as I will do, because I'm somewhat obsessed with the Wexford pattern. And I'm tapping my fingers because I'm like, do I really need to pick up more Wexford? And then I see these. Oh my goodness. 3 more of these pretty fruit themed, gold accented little lowball glasses, cocktail glasses. And so I have them join the other ones. So my theory is look for something that stands out to you, that's unusual when you're in this clear glass area, and this time it was a good strategy. Got lots of china sets here. Actually, there was lots and lots and lots of china sets to look through. This looks like maybe a 1970s little trinket dish. And then I reach up high to bring down this, that's a pretty piece. That's handmade pottery with kind of a splatter glaze approach, and I really like it, but it had a huge crack on it, so I had to put it back. This is a kind of a pretty Christmas platter. I definitely don't need any more Christmas stuff. I don't know why. I have way too much already. And it's just spring. Oh, and then here is a really pretty hand painted plate. This is Pier 1, and it's called the Mexicali pattern, and some Pier 1 hand painted plates are a good pickup. In this situation, I decide I'm going to leave it behind. It's a pretty plate. It's not my favorite pattern, and I already have some plates in my inventory. I guess I'm not I'm just decide to pass this time. Here's another hand painted plate, unfortunately rather weathered, so that stays on the shelf. And the next shelf over, this is an older plate. This has got some age, and it is nicely done, hand painted, probably Japanese. That's got a very 1980s theme going on there with that cup and saucer, and under here something else that has a little age. This looks like Johnson Brothers plates here, and it's called the Friendly Village. Some chips though. There's a big chip on the side. So, yep, Johnson Brothers. And then we've got underneath it, we've got some more plates I want to take a look at. So I have to move things out of the way first. This is what I was going for. Oh, it's got a Native American. I kind of like the design on it. It's kind of unusual, but unfortunately it is a collector plate. It's made as a collector plate, and those are not something I typically pick up. So I put that all back. Here we've got a piece of Fire King bakeware. And then I noticed this is restaurant ware. I like the pattern. This is Jackson China restaurant ware. There's actually a lot of it here today. I like that green band around the rim. It's kind of pretty. So if you're interested in restaurant ware, that might have been a good pickup for you. It's just very heavy to ship, so I usually only do platters that really stand out to me. A vintage lidded crock here. And then we are in the tchotchke area. So lots of tchotchkes to look through. Going to start with this item, which is a globe encased in acrylic. It's kind of dingy looking though. Got some shells in the jar. This figure looked like it had a little age. Not really my jam. Little doggy back there. I like abstract animal figurines. That's kind of what I'm looking for, like something a little more like this. Got a little bit of hand painting on it, but it looks contemporary. Got a little Halloween votive holder from, probably has a little age, but nothing too special. Lots of figurines. Thought that was a Wedgwood pattern. Something in a box, but it was not Wedgwood, so I went back on the shelf. Here we have what's sometimes called a witch's ball. It is a hand-blown glass globe. That was an interesting figurine, all in blue and white, but not my thing. And then, of course, Floriville. I do collect those, and I will pick those up sometimes. That one is missing part of it. And then we've got a hand-painted fish. And lots of houses. Somebody's collection, I think. Here's another hand-painted piece. They've got a nice big candle area, but I do not need any candles today. So I'm going to basically just do a cart review. It's time to check out anyway. So what have we got? We've got a couple of Wexford tumblers, one tall and one small, to go with pieces I already have at home for resale. So these are Culver. I believe the pattern is Florentine lowball glasses, 22 karat gold accents on them, a hugely great pickup. And of course, this little humble Melita ceramic cup is also, it's a decent pickup. And then I have some office supplies. So modest haul this time. Okay, well, on the one hand, kind of slim pickings. There wasn't a ton of vintage, not a whole lot of things that I was really excited about. So I only picked up a couple of things. But on the other hand, the things I picked up were awesome. Those Culver glasses, and hey, I am usually just feel totally out of my depth when I'm looking at glasses and barware, but oh my gosh, I scored with those Culver glasses. So, whew, that was fun. Hope you had fun too. Like my channel, subscribe and comment, and come back again. We will do this again soon. Thrift on.